All right, let's do it.
Say hi again.
Hey everybody, how's it going? John and Dom back. So my sidekick is here, back in the driver's seat of this crazy. Oh, coughing up a lung. He's got bruises all over. You should see him. He's wrapped in bandages. It's like a mummy over here. But we're back. We're back. It's Friday. It's time to do FOC Live, Final Order Cutoff Live with you to go through. It's a huge week. There's a lot of stuff. We'll get to all of that right after this very short clip.
What's your plan for tomorrow? Are you a leader or will you follow? Are you a fighter or will you cower? It's our time, take back the power. What's your plan?
Boom! We were just looking over the Mandalorian, the child sideshow figure that's life-size. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, welcome everybody. We are back. Sorry we missed you last week. This MF decided to take a turn in the hospital again because he loves it there so much.
Oh yeah.
You love not getting any sleep and getting poked and prodded.
Show me a pencil. Grab a pencil. Show me a pencil trick.
I don't have. Damn. I want to see a magic trick. But we're here to walk you all through Final Order Cutoff. So for those of you who don't know, we've done this show enough. We would hope that you all know. But if you don't, that's cool because we're going to explain it to you. Final Order Cutoff is something that we as a comic book store do every Monday. Every Monday, every week. And it is our last chance as a store to adjust our orders on product that's coming out usually in 2 to 3 weeks before it actually hits the floor here at the shop. So it's our last chance to kind of tweak numbers and adjust items and ultimately make sure that you guys have what you want in your hold slots here at the store. And even if it's not our store, if you're watching this show, take all of this information to your local comic shop and let them know what you would like so that they can get everything for you. The cutoff for this stuff is on Monday. This time it's February 2nd. Most of the product that we're going to talk about is in stores February 26th. So we got about 24 days that we're looking at for this stuff. But let your store know. Let your store know that you want copies of this stuff so they can order it for you and make sure that you get what you want. Whether it's one copy or a bunch of copies, as long as you let your local comic shop know before cutoff on Monday, sky's the limit. Of course, there's always going to be extenuating circumstances. We can't control UPS and how they handle the boxes. There's always the likelihood of damages or shortages happening, but at least it allows us to be better prepared to accommodate the people that want to buy these comics. So that's what this is all about. FOC stands for Final Order Cutoff. Let us know if there's anything that you would like to purchase off of this list by Monday, February 2nd at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you get your orders in it before 5, you're golden. If it's after 5 p.m., I'm not here. And I can't guarantee that I will get a chance to do the reorder for you to get the things that you want. So 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for us. The actual cutoff is 10 o'clock Eastern Time. So wherever you're at in the continental U.S. or even in Hawaii and stuff, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the latest that you can let most places know so they can get you the books ordered. All right?
Some fax them in,
Yeah. Diamond still has a fax account number because there are retailers that still fax those orders into them, which is just astounding in this day and age. But for this show, if you see anything that you like as we're rolling through this, if you would like to subscribe to anything, which means that we will have that issue plus the subsequent issues for that series in your hold slot, please comment sub with the title. If you just want to pull a copy because you're not sure if you want to commit to it, please comment pull with the cover that you would like, because sometimes there's going to be an A and a B, and how many copies you would like. If you're a speculator and you're hoping that this is going to be the first appearance of Crypto's new collar, You know, you can order 10 copies of the A and the B cover. You just have to let us know. Let us know by the end of the day on Monday, 5 p.m. Monday, February 2nd. But to do that, please comment pull with the cover that you would like and the quantity that you would like to order. But that's how this is going to happen. We're going to roll through this pretty quick. Make sure that if you haven't already, make sure you follow us on YouTube. We've got a YouTube channel that we post these to after we're doing the Facebook live stream here. That way, if you're not on Facebook, you can still get all of this information at your fingertips and let us or your local comic store know by the end of the day on Monday. So first up, from our friends at Dark Horse this week in stores February 2nd, we have Hidden Society, number 1 of 4-issue miniseries. A new series by Raphael Albuquerque and Raphael Scavone, the team behind Neil Gaiman's A Study in Emerald, which is pretty cool. So if you haven't checked that out, check that out. Hidden from ordinary eyes, there's a world alongside our own, full of deities, demons, and danger, where magic wins out over science and dark secrets lie in wait. Ulu, which is an awesome Pie Tasters song, but it's spelled differently. Ulu, the last wizard from the Hidden Society, enlists the aid of a blind girl and her demon, a young magician and a cursed bounty hunter, in order to stop a group of nihilist warlocks from waking the Society's greatest nemesis, a primeval force that, unchecked, will scorch the planet bare of all life. That sounds fantastic.
I think so.
You don't think so?
I think it sounds like
We are nihilists.
Jojo Binks.
We are nihilist warlocks. That's all I can think of when I read that. Is
Did I take a medication?
what's the bowling show? God, today I am failing on every not Kingpin, the other one with oh my God, I can get you a finger, I can get you a toe painted with green nail polish. Oh my God, Big Lebowski, where they fight the nihilist Germans. We're nihilists. We care about nothing. This one's got nihilist warlocks, which sounds fantastic. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. So Raphael Albuquerque is doing the interior artwork on this series. He is fantastic. For those of you who are not familiar with him, I don't know, it just sounds like a weird mix of Hellblazer and Harry Potter and Deadly Class, a little bit of all of those things. And it's a 4-issue miniseries, so, you know, check it out. The main cover on my side is by Albuquerque. The variant cover on Dom's side is by Moreno Denicio. And that's a pretty good cover, too. I like the dog. That's the blind girl's seeing eye dog. You think he's magical?
He's a nihilist.
He's a nihilist. I care about nothing. I'm a dog. I like treats. Horrible. Next up from Dark Horse, we have another miniseries in stores, also February 26th, called Tomorrow, 5-issue miniseries. In this shocking new sci-fi horror series, a Russian computer virus has jumped the species barrier and wiped out most of the adult population, leaving the world precariously in the hands of the next generation. In the wake of devastation, musical prodigy Oscar Fuentes is separated from his twin sister Syrah. Stranded on opposite sides of the country, they're swept into a rapidly evolving networks of teenage gangs. Can Oscar find his way back to Syrah, or will they be lost to each other forever in a dangerous makeshift civilization that is mercilessly replacing the past? From acclaimed and legendary writer Peter Milligan, who did Shade the Changing Man, Enigma, and Ecstatics, and breakout artist Jesus Hervas, who did Penny Dreadful, Sons of Anarchy, and Hellraiser. 5-issue miniseries. That's a little... See, like, I'm in for the nihilist warlocks. This sounds... It sounds a little deeper, you know? The Russian techno-virus has jumped the species barrier and wiped out adults. That sounds like Orphan Age, which was a book from Aftershock a little bit, but, you know, it's a sci-fi horror series, so hopefully there's going to be lots of weird stuff going on. But that is Tomorrow, number 1 of 5 issues. Okay? Next up, from DC and in stores on February 26th, everybody's favorite purple princess, Amethyst, who has been a member of... Oh, you're giving it a thumbs down? Oh, wow. Really low down thumbs. Amethyst has been around since the 80s. They're actually doing a $1 reprint of her first appearance, which is pretty cool. Dom still says no. But she's been a member of the Young Justice series since it kind of started, and now she's getting her own little 6-issue miniseries, written and drawn by Amy Reeder, with a main cover here by Reeder and a variant cover on Dom's side by Stephanie Hans, which is pretty stunning. Following her triumphant reintroduction to the pages of Young Justice, the new Amethyst miniseries follows teenager Amy Wilson, aka Princess Amethyst, as she returns to her magical kingdom to celebrate her 16th birthday in style. Yeah, get it, yeah, get it. No, oh, that's 15.
Oh, you're right.
But it could be 15 too. The only problem, her kingdom is missing. What? Her subjects have vanished, and none of the realm of Gemworld, even her best friend Lady Turquoise, remain loyal to her house.
I thought the same thing I did.
Yeah.
You suck.
Yeah, I'm out.
I'm out.
See ya. Alone and dejected, Amy's forced to find new allies and confront dark secrets on an all-new quest to the farthest reaches of Gemworld. 6-issue miniseries published under the Young Animal header imprint, I guess I should say, from DC. You've got 2 options. I don't know if they're going to keep variants on the book. I'm always conflicted with DC because a lot of times they'll do a variant for number 1 and then they won't do variants for the rest of them when it's a mini-series. And then there's exceptions like Metal Men. Freedom Fighters was this way, where they had a variant for number 1 but no variants for the rest of the series. Metal Men has had variants the whole time. Far Sector had like 4 variants for number 1, nothing for 2 or 3, but they're coming back with variants for number 4. Like, just pick something and stick with it, DC.
Right.
So I don't know. You can say you want to subscribe to the variants, and we'll see if that happens. If that doesn't happen, we'll just switch it over to the main cover. So, Amethyst 1 through 6. This is pretty crazy. The first one, man, we sold a boatload of. Art Germ is doing another poster portfolio for DC. This is volume 2. You guys, hopefully you know what the first volume was. It had Supergirl's face on the cover. It is a collection of 20 of his most memorable DC covers, highlighted by Wonder Woman, Catwoman, Supergirl, and many more, printed on heavy cardstock at a big 12 by 16 inches. The pages are easily pulled out and are suitable for framing. This is $24.99. However, this is not in store until June 3rd, but it's on FOC Monday, so get your orders in. We'll order some extras like we did last time. We kept selling out and having to reorder them. But if you want to guarantee that you get one and not have to worry about waiting, let us know by Monday that you'd like this poster portfolio. It is $24.99. But it comes with 20 images in it. So that's a pretty good deal.
Yes.
Unlike the Marvel one that was, I think, $50 and it had 20, I don't know, whatever. One image. It's just the cover for $50. That's all. Just this main cover.
Awesome.
Next up from DC, we get a facsimile edition of Flash number 123, the classic Flash of Two Worlds tale from 1961 that introduced the concept of the multiverse to the DC world. I can't remember. I don't know if that. I would assume that that's accurate, but the first mention of the multiverse was in the Green Lantern book that we have in the case up front. So I don't know which came first. They're both. This is a 10-cent book, so this had to be first. That's interesting. There's a crime wave in Central City. Flash will need to stop the villain's spree. Fortunately, help is on the way in the form of Jay Garrick, the Golden Age fastest man alive. $4 for a reprint of a very cool story with an iconic cover. You can't beat that. So let us know if you want to order a copy of that. Speaking of Flash in stores, this is in stores on March 4th. Okay, so not February 26th, March 4th, the following week. We've got Flash 750, following in the footsteps of Action 1000, Detective 1000, Wonder Woman 750. Wonder Woman and Flash are going back to legacy numbering with issue 750, which is here on the screen. Beginning the story arc of the Flash Age, the story we've been building towards since issue 50 comes to a head. While a supercharged Speed Force wreaks havoc on Barry Allen's life, a new threat appears on the horizon in the form of the deadly Paradox. Destined to destroy the Flash's legacy, Paradox sends his herald, Godspeed, to trap the Flash family. Plus, in this special anniversary issue, tales from across the generations of super speedsters by an all-star lineup of writers and artists. Unlike Detective and Action and Wonder Woman, this one is going to be $7.99. So I'm assuming it's not going to be as many pages either. But they're doing the same thing where you're going to get Flash throughout the ages. The main cover on your screen right here is by Howard Porter. We're going to roll through them really quick. We've got the 1940s cover by Nicholas Scott. I like that one a lot. It's pretty good. The 50s cover is by Gary Frank with Barry fighting what's his name? I almost said Solomon Grundy. Gorilla Grodd. Thank you. 60s cover we have by Nick Darrington right there. Pretty cool Silver Age and Golden Age Flash meeting amongst his myriad of supervillains. 70s cover is up next by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, one of my favorites. That dude can still draw, as old as he is. He's killing it on that cover. But check out this one. This is the one that I used as our feature for the post today. The 1980s cover is by Gabriel Delgado, and it is pretty freaking stunning. I dig that cover. It looks very Flash, awesome. I don't know. I like it. Flashy. That's flashy. I like it. Good job. I see what you did there. Picking up what you're putting down. Yeah. The 90s cover coming up next is by the one and only Mr. Francesco Matino. It's pretty solid. But it also looks kind of like some of the other Flash covers he's done as variants for the series. So, but it's good. It's still good. The 2000s cover, we've got Mr. Jim Lee right there. Jim Lee, always a popular one. And then the 2010s cover is by Francis Manapul, who kind of redefined Flash during the Rebirth stuff. The Flash Rebirth, not the Rebirth event that happened. And then there's also, I didn't put it up here, but there's also a blank cover. So, if you have any inkling or interest in Flash whatsoever, please let us know which cover you would like to order. If you're currently subscribed to the series, whether you get the A cover or the B cover, you'll get the main by Howard Porter or the 40s by Nicholas Scott. If you'd like to change that, let us know. If you'd like to order all of them, let us know. Some of them, let us know. But please let us know before Monday, because that is when the book is on FOC. Next we have, I'm trying to feature these because I always kind of breeze through them when I'm doing my order, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And people come in asking for them, and I forget. That's what happened with the Wonder Woman one. This is the Gotham High trade paperback, which is an original graphic novel. It is in a 6x9 format, so it's smaller than a regular comic book. This was what kind of came out of the whole ink and zoom imprint that DC was doing. This is a kind of a teen-centric story about all of the kids that you're familiar with as members of a high school. So we've got New York Times best-selling author of Alex and Eliza and the Witches of East End. We've got Melissa de la Cruz. Comes a reimagining of Gotham for a new generation of readers. Before they became Batman, Catwoman, the Joker, Bruce, Selina, and Jack were high schoolers who would do whatever it took, even destroy the ones they loved, to satisfy their own motives. Selfish little turds. After being kicked out of his boarding school, 16-year-old Bruce Wayne returns to Gotham City to find that nothing is as he left it. What once was his family home is now an empty husk, lonely but haunted by the memory of his parents' murder. Selina Kyle, once the innocent girl next door, now rules over Gotham High School with dangerous flair, aided by the class clown, Jack Napier. When a kidnapping rattles the school, Bruce seeks the answers as the dark and troubled night, but is he actually the pawn? Nothing is ever as it seems, especially at Gotham High, where the parties and romances are of the highest stakes, and where everyone is a suspect. With enchanting art by Thomas Patelli, this new graphic novel is just as intoxicating as it is chilling, in which dearest friends turn into greatest enemies, all within the halls of Gotham High. $16.99 for that original graphic novel, but it's cool. It's something different. It's a whole nother take on the Batman mythos. Next from DC in stores February 26th, we have Leviathan Dawn #1, which is just a one-shot. Exploding out of the pages of the Event Leviathan miniseries, this all-new special blasts the DC Universe into a dangerous and brave new future. With Leviathan arrived, its leader's identity revealed, and its plans known, what happens next? Now the heroes fight back. Leviathan changed the rules of the game, so now's the time for the biggest players to get together and figure out a new strategy in this brave new world. It's an extra-sized super spy yarn from the Eisner Award-winning team of Brian Michael Bendis and Alex Maleev, with the cover there by Alex Maleev. $4.99 for this one-shot. If you were on the Event Leviathan series, we'll probably throw that in your box for you. This is leading to a new Checkmate series that is going to be led by Green Arrow that's coming out very, very shortly. I want to say it's in the new February previews, so check that out too. Next from DC, in stores on April 15th. This is part of the DC Zoom, so this is a young, all ages, I guess you could call it. A younger kids comic book, original graphic novel. My Video Game Ate My Homework trade paperback. Meet Dewey Jenkins, a 13-year-old school kid who's about to fail science class. Follow him on an amazing adventure that leads Dewey and his friends to a virtual world where they will have to overcome all sorts of digital creatures and solve a number of puzzles in order to get home. My Video Game Ate My Homework is a funny, fast-paced adventure that shows the importance of cooperation and teamwork, as well as the importance of using your own unique abilities to solve problems. It's illustrated in Dustin Hansen's colorful, cartoony style and filled with lots of sight gags and nods to video gaming tropes. Apparently, Dustin spent years directing and creating video games before he became a writer and illustrator, and makes his DC debut with My Video Game Ate My Homework. $9.99, also in that kind of smaller 6x9 format, but something cool, something you can read with your kids. Finally, from DC, in stores on February 26th, we have the Superman Villains #1 one-shot. The Man of Steel's greatest villains react to the biggest news ever to rock the DC universe. He revealed his identity. Lex Luthor, Mongol, Toyman, the Joker, and more of the world's greatest villains must come to grips with how the world changes now that the truth has been revealed by Superman. Some of comics' most unique and creative voices unite to tell a story that changes all the rules. $5.99 for this one-shot. I can't remember who did the cover. It looks vaguely like Brian Hitch, but that's just a shot in the dark. So, Superman Villains #1, just a one-shot. If you're subscribed to the Superman series, we'll go ahead and throw a copy of that in your box for you. If you're not, let us know. Comment that you'd like to pull Superman Villains, and we'll make that happen for you. Okay? From IDW this week, we have the Breakout. The new Turtle gets her own 3-issue miniseries in Jenica #1. Trying to acclimate to life as a mutant, the newest Turtle, Jenica, embarks on a solo adventure that will force her to come to terms with both her troubled past and conflicted present. Not to mention a brand new villain. Bram Revel from Gorillaz returns to reveal more of Jenica's backstory from his acclaimed TMNT universe tale, What is Ninja? So if you're on TMNT, the ongoing series will probably auto-sub you to this. If you are not and you want to check this out, featuring a new villain, there's a whole lot of spec potential there. Comment that you'd like to sub to TMNT Jenica, and we'll get all 3 issues in your hold slot. Okay. From Marvel this week. Apparently, this 2020 thing is a massive crossover event that is taking place, starting with Iron Man 2020 that came out last week, 2 weeks ago. We put one up on the show. Well, we didn't do the show last week, but Machine Man 2020 was on FOC last week, and nobody asked for it, so I didn't order any. I don't know if that's going to be the case with this one. This is ForceWorks 2020, in stores February 26th, 3-issue miniseries. The eruption of a violent robot revolution threatens all manner of biological life. Teetering on the precipice of extinction, there's only one man with enough tactical skill, killer instinct, and ruthless leadership to lead that rebellion. War Machine. Join War Machine and his elite paramilitary squad. How about that? U.S. Agent, Mockingbird, and Quake in the final crusade for humanity's fate. So it's cool because it's featuring War Machine, and he's got, he hasn't had a series in I don't know how long. So if you're interested in that, please let us know. 2020 ForceWorks #1 in stores February 26th. This next one is pretty cool because it has a guest artist that is taking over this single issue, and it's got a variant cover by none other than Mr. J. Scott Campbell. This is Avengers #31 in stores February 26th. The Temptation of Anthony Stark, a special oversized issue. Trapped in an icy cave at the dawn of time, Tony Stark has lost most of his armor and a good chunk of his mind. And tonight, when the sun goes down and the devil comes round again, Iron Man may very well lose whatever's left of his soul. How about that? A dark tale of hell and ice and iron, unlike any Golden Avengers story you've ever read, featuring the gorgeous, gritty visuals of guest artist Gerardo Zaffino, who did the main cover. So, kind of a cool. If you're a fan of Iron Man, this is a cool kind of one-shot jump. It's technically 31, but it's a solo story that's contained in this issue, so you can pull a copy of it if you just want to read it. And it also, we've got the gorgeous Gwen Stacy variant cover by J. Scott Campbell. So, Avengers 31 in stores February 26th. I'm excited about this one because these guys are getting a series on Disney Plus, and so the timing is absolutely perfect. February 26th, Falcon and Winter Soldier #1 of 5. An office of dead government agents, a gifted new killer, 2 ex-Captain Americas. When a dramatic attempt on the life of Bucky Barnes reunites him with Sam Wilson, the 2 old friends are plunged headlong into a race to uncover the new leader of Hydra before a mass casualty event announces the terror group's resurgence to the world. The clock is ticking. Derek Landy, who was the writer on Black Order and Secret Empire Uprising, and Federico Vincenti from Absolute Carnage Miles Morales team up for a pulse-pounding action spectacular. That sounds great. I'm in for that. A 5-issue miniseries, Falcon and Winter Soldier #1, February 26th. Next, we got a one-shot from the world of the Fantastic Four. We have Grimm Noir #1. Ben Grimm throws on his hat and overcoat to solve a mystery that's come alive right out of his nightmares. What is Doctor Strange's nemesis, Despair, doing on Yancey Street? We got a main cover on my side by Ron Garney and a variant cover on Dom's side by Eduardo Rizzo. It's just a one-shot, $4.99. Let us know if you'd like to get cover A or cover B. If you're sub to FF, we'll probably put you on the A cover just so that you don't miss out on a cool Thing detective story. What's up with Thing's junk on that Rizzo cover? It's very rocky, bulbous. I don't think that's a word, but it's weird. No. Okay, X-Men fans, take note. This is the first of, I think there's 5 of these coming down the pipeline. This is Giant Size X-Men Jean Grey and Emma Frost, #1. It's just a one-shot. The first, there we go, it says right there in the thing. The first of 5 essential X-Tales specially designed to showcase some of Marvel's best artists. First up, we have Russell Dodderman, superstar artist of Thor and War of the Realms, who's taking on Jean Grey and Emma Frost. When Storm is in danger, it's going to take 2 of the most powerful telepaths on Earth working together to make things right. Jean and Emma together again for the good of Krakoa. This is actually written by Hickman with art and cover by Russell Dodderman. It is $4.99. Main cover is right here on my side. Variant cover on Dom's side is by Iban Coelho. And there's also a blank cover available for this. So this is the first one. There's 5 total. The next one's going to be Magneto. Then you've got Nightcrawler, and I don't know what's coming after that. But those are the first 3. Jean Grey, Emma Frost. What I did for this book, if you are currently subscribed to all of the X titles that are coming out right now, I automatically put you on for both Jean and for Magneto. If you are just picking up one of them, if it's Marauders or X-Force or New Mutants, please let us know if you would like this giant-sized Jean and Emma one-shot. All right, from Vault this week, this one, it sounds interesting. It's called Finger Guns. Pew, 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 pew. #1. You've got 2 troubled teenagers who discover that they can manipulate people's emotions by firing finger guns at them. How about that? Pew! I'm happy. Oh, I'm so sad. There will be laughs. What's that?
Weird.
It is weird. There will be laughs, there will be tears, there will be uncomfortable teen feelings and angst, oh yeah, and chaos. So much chaos. The main cover is actually a flip cover. I didn't put the flip side, but there's a boy and a girl who are the 2 protagonists in this story, and they're the 2 that are on the flip cover. The B cover on Dom's side is by Tim Daniel, and that is their homage to... I don't know what that is an homage to. That's what I thought at first because of all of the trippy psychedelic stuff going on there. Maybe. And then there's also this amazing wraparound cover right here by Jen Hickman, which is just absolutely gorgeous. But it's an interesting premise. I don't know what to think about it. I actually read the first 2 issues last night because they sent us an advanced PDF, and I'm not sold on it. It's interesting. It's interesting. That's all I'm going to say. But 2 kids who can manipulate your emotions by shooting you with finger guns. Pew pew! And they don't go pew pew in the comic books because I think that would make it better. From Zenescope, this is it. This is our last one so far this week. In stores on February 26th, we have Conspiracy Area 51 #1. Do you believe that we're alone in the universe, or are there other life forms out there waiting for contact? Is the government keeping them a secret from the public? Is it for our own good, or for something far sinister? Dom, you're shaking your head no. You think we're alone in the universe? No. There's got to be something else out there. It's pretty cocky for us to assume that we're the only sentient life forms in this universe. Find out the truth here? Probably not. As we storm this conspiracy head-on, warning, this series may very well change how you look at life as we know it. That's the warning. What about the balls on that? That's a cocky statement, Zenescope. Main cover on my side is by Leonardo Colapietro, and the variant cover on Dom's side is by Igor Vitorino. I don't know if they say that this series may very well change how you look at life. From all I could gather, I thought that this was a one-shot, but it could be a 6 or 5 or 4 issue. I think the last conspiracy was like 4 issues. Who knows? Zenescope takes their sweet time when they're publishing comic books, so check this #1 out, and then you might have to wait a little while for #2. But that's it. That is our show for today. The last thing that we will leave you with is the entire list of everything that is on FOC this coming Monday, February 2nd. Everything is broken down by publisher. You've got the publisher, and then you've got all the item numbers and the description and then the price. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, if you're like, what is this thing? What is the basket full of heads #5 Matteo Scalera variant look like? Crossing our fingers that we have an image for that. All you have to do is copy that little item code, paste that into a web browser, and the first thing that's going to come up is the Previews World listing for that particular item. There you go. Basket full of heads #5 Matteo Scalera variant image. Beautiful image coming soon. But it's got the description, it's got the solicit, it's got the suggested retail price, all of that stuff you can garner just from using that tiny little item code and copying that into a web browser. So take some time to look through this. If you have questions about it, send us a message. And that's it. That's all we have for you.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking time to watch the video. Get us your orders by 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Monday, February 2nd. And if you are watching this on YouTube, or if you're not, go to YouTube, search for Hall of Justice Comics, check out our channel there, subscribe to our channel, and ring that bell so that you get notifications when new videos are posted. We've got one about protecting your comics that's up right now. We've got one that walks you through getting a comic graded by CGC. And we've got some other stuff that we're working on that's kind of in the pipeline. So that's all I have for you. It's been a great couple of minutes, I don't know how long, hanging out with you. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. I'm John. Peace.